A couple sold their HDB for $1 million, used their cash proceeds to upgrade to a condo, and ended up with $129,200 in their bank account. This is not a story about something going wrong. This is a story of how upgrading actually works when you run every number correctly. Today, we are going to show you exactly where every dollar went.
Before we start, if you have watched our paper gains versus real cash episode on this channel, you will recognize the CPF math we are going to cover in the first half of today. In that episode, we showed you how CPM accrued interest works. Today, we are applying it to a real $1 million HDB case study. Not a formula on a whiteboard, but the real picture from sale to purchase. Because the sell side is only half the story, the buy side is where most upgraders get surprised, and that is the half nobody talks about.
Apologies, we've been quite busy the last 2 weeks, and now we are back. Welcome to The Real Address. I'm Leon, and this is where we talk about everything and anything about property in Singapore. No hype, just the numbers.
I'm Lynette, and this episode is for anyone who's thinking about selling their HDB and upgrading to a condo, whether that is this year, next year, or you're just starting to think about it. Because the earlier you understand what the full cost looks like, the better position you are to plan for it. Subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss what comes after this one. This episode is for 3 types of people. 1. You own an HDB flat and you have been watching prices climb and you are starting to wonder if now is the time to sell and upgrade. 2. You have already decided to sell and you want to know what your actual financial position looks like before you commit. 3. You think you roughly know the answer, but you have never actually sat down and done the full math. All 3 of you are going to find something in there that surprises you.
Same couple as a scenario we've been using across the recent episodes. They bought a 5-room HDB resale flat in a mature estate 18 years ago for $450,000. $90,000 CPF down payment. HDB loan of $360K at 2.5% over the last 25 years. Monthly installment of approximately about $1,600 via CPF. Today, their flat is worth $1 million and they want to upgrade to a private condo at $1.5 million. We're going to walk you through both sides of the transaction, what they receive from HDB and what it costs them to enter the condo, so you can see the combined position at the end.
And I will warn you now, the final number is smaller than what you would expect. But stay with us until the reframe at the end, because the full picture is more nuanced than just the cash figure.
Part 1. The sell side. We have covered the CPF mechanics fully in our paper gain versus real cash episode. So today we are moving on at this pace, but every number matters, so stay with me. So sale price is 1 million. First deduction is agency fees of 2%, 20,000. GST, another 1800. That works out to be only 978,200 left. Okay. Outstanding HDB loan. Approximately about 120K after 18 years of payment. Okay, now you have cleared. You are at about 858,200.
Still looking healthy.
Still looking healthy for now. $90,000 for down payment plus another $1,600 for 18 years. Total of withdrawn, total CPF principal withdrawn is $440,000. So that works out to be 418,200 left. This goes back to your CPF, okay? But you still can use it for our next property.
That is a big chunk.
And we are not done yet. Here is where most people underestimate what's coming. When you use CPF to buy a property, your down payment and your monthly mortgage, every dollar that you take out for the CPF ordinary account has to go back when you sell, not just the amount you took out. The amount you took out plus the interest that the money could have earned when if you have left it inside the CPF. And the rate is 2.5% per annum, compounded annually. And this has been running for 18 years. If you have not watched our paper gain versus real cash episode, this is the number that never appears in your CPF statement, but it is always there. Let me show you to it now. CPF accrued interest, 2.5% per annum, compounded on every dollar withdrawn over the last 18 years. $130,000. So there is just $130,000 that just appeared on top of the principal, which brings your net cash from the HDB sale to $288,200 in actual cash. And that's $570,000 replenished into your CPF OA account. The CPF that cannot be spent. it can only be deployed in your next property purchase.
So at this point, before we have even looked at the condo, the $1 million sale has produced $288,200 in cash and $570,000 in CPF. That is your starting position for the buy side.
That is your war chest. Now let us see what is the condo cost to enter. If you want the full CPF accrued interest breakdown, how it compounds, why it exists, and how it varies depending on how long you have owned the property and which loan type you should use, this is our paper gain versus real cash episode on this channel. The video on your screen on your right is worth watching before you make any decision on your exit. Part 2, the buy side. This is the half that most upgraded videos do not cover because it requires you to have already understood the sell side first. Today, we have both. First cost on the buy side, buyer stamp duty, also known as BSD. BSD is a tiered tax on the purchase price. $1.5 million, the breakdown for BSD is $44,600. And here is something that most people do not realize. BSD on a residential property can be paid from your CPF ordinary account. So this does not have to come out from your cash.
That is a relief given how much cash we have already seen going out.
It changes the cash position meaningfully, and we'll see that in the final number. Let us build the buy side tally. Purchase price $1.5 million. The BSD will be $44,600. CPF okay, and then we have legal fees of about estimate $4,000. This is in cash. Said okay, down payment on the bank loan. The minimum down payment is 25% of the purchase price. That is about $375,000. Of that, at least 5% of it must be in cash. The remaining of the 20% can be in CPF. Therefore, cash of 5% will be $75,000, and then 20% of CPF. This is down payment. Will be in CPF. So, $300,000 of the CPF we just got back from the CPF sale will go straight into the condo. Renovation. This one varies widely. Some couples budget $50,000, some go for $120,000. For our case study, we are using $80,000 as a more realistic mid-range figure for a new launch condo.
And this is one that people often underestimate. You get the keys to a beautiful new condo and then realize the bare unit needs a full renovation before you can move in.
Exactly, it is not optional. It is part of the entry cost. Buy side totals. Total cash deployed on the buy side, $159,000. Total CPF deployed, $344,600. Before we review the combined position, I want you to hold both tallies in your head. Sell side produced $288,200 in cash and $570,000 in CPF. The buy side consumed $159,000 in cash and $344,600 in CPF. The combined position after the full upgrade, $129,200 in cash.
From $1 million sale?
Yes, that is from $1 million sale. CPF OA account remaining, $225,400. This will continue to service your monthly mortgage payments going forward. And your monthly mortgage obligation on a 1.125 bank loan, approximately 1.8% interest over the next 25 years, is roughly $4,600 a month.
So let me make sure I understand this. They sold for $1 million, they bought at 1.5, they have $129,200 in the bank, $225,400 in CPF, and a $4,600 monthly mortgage.
Yes, you're right. That is the complete picture. And I want to talk about why their position is stronger than it looks. But first, there's one more thing that we need to address. Because how you sequence the sell and the buy can change this actual calculation dramatically in one direction. Now, before we move on, I want to show you something that the $225,000 that's still sitting in your CPF account. Because that number is not just a leftover. It represents two strategic choices that most upgraders never think to consider. Option 1. Use their CPF firepower to go for a higher quantum property instead of capping at a $1.5 million property. Your CPF position is coming out of your HDB sale, means you could stretch to maybe about 1.7 to even 1.8 Depending on your income qualification, the cash outlay stays similar, but what changes is your loan size and your monthly commitment. Option 2. Stay in the $1.5 million which you initially planned and deploy more CPF into your down payment, which will bring down the loan amount. If you have maximized your CPF contribution on this property, you could have reduced your loan amount from 1.125 to about 900,000. That brings down your monthly mortgage from what we previously calculated of $4,600 to approximately $3,700. That's $900 less every single month.
And for some households, especially if you have young children or you are planning ahead, that monthly difference is the difference between feeling comfortable and feeling stretched.
For today's example, we are keeping at the standard 5% cash and 20% CPF on a $1.5 million property. That is the baseline, but of which these two paths make sense for your situation is a personal calculation that depends on your income, your lifestyle, and your long-term plan. This is exactly the conversations we have during a consultation, and we'll come back to that in a moment. The ABSD sequencing trap. Now, the sequencing warning. Because how you order the sale and the buy can change everything else we just calculated. If our couple sell their HDB first, then buy their condo, they own 0 properties at the point of purchase. For a Singapore citizen, buying their first residential property, there's no EBSD. But if they buy the condo before the HDB is sold, they are buying a second residential property. ABSD for Singapore citizen on the second property for $1.5 million is $300,000 in cash, on top of everything else we just calculated.
300,000?
Yes, $300,000. You can easily buy a nice luxury car for a family with the cash.
$300,000. That would greatly reduce your $129,000 cash position to a negative $170,000, meaning you will need to find some cash from somewhere else in your treasure chest to close this transaction. Most couples honestly will not do it.
So the order you do this is not just a preference, it is a $300,000 decision.
It's a $300,000 decision, and there are remission schemes that can help certain situations, but the eligibility conditions are strict. The timelines are really tight, and this is not a decision to make without running your specific scenario property first.
If you have not yet watched our episode on whether $1 million HDB is actually worth it in 2026, that one gives you the full buyer's perspective on whether to enter at this price level. That video is on your screen right now.
Now, the reframe. Because $129,000, $200 in the bank after a full upgrade might sound lower than expected. But let us look at what this couple actually has. They have $129,200 in liquid cash. They have $225,400 in CPF, which continue to service their mortgage without touching their take-home pay. They have $1.5 million asset on the books, with $375,000 in equity at the point of purchase. And their monthly cash outflow has not changed much dramatically because their mortgage is largely serviced by their CPF and not by their monthly salary.
The couple did not end up cash light because they made a bad decision. They ended up cash light because they deployed their capital correctly into a larger appreciating asset. Those are two very different things.
The question is not whether $129,200 is enough. The question is whether the cash reserve is sufficient for your household emergency funds and your lifestyle needs while your new asset appreciates. For some couple, it is. For others, they need to plan the renovation timeline differently or negotiate the entry price or adjust the condo budget. That calibration is personal, and that's exactly how we help clients work through. Your specific HDB proceeds, your CPF number, what entry is your target condo actually cost. This is the conversations we have in a free WhatsApp consultation.
No pitch, no pressure. The link is in the description. Send us a message with where you are at and we will take it from there.
The address method. Everything we do on this channel and every kind of conversations we have, we run through the framework called the address method. 7 pillars. And today's episode has been showing you the final 2 letters working together. But let me walk you through all 7 because each one connects a decision our couple had to make today. A. Announcement phase opportunities. Every great property move starts by reading where the government is investing. Is your target condo in an area that is still in phase 1 of a URA master plan where infrastructure is coming but prices hasn't caught up yet? This is where your future appreciation of the condo lives. D. The demand side. The 4 essential push factors: interest rates, stress test thresholds, household income growth, and the GFA harmonization. These 4 factors determine how buyers can afford the condo that you are targeting. which directly affects how easily you can exit when the time comes.
The second D stands for developer land cost and pricing logic. What a developer paid for the land tells you the floor price of every unit. Know that number and you know whether you're entering at a genuine price point or paying a premium the data does not support. R. Real supply versus real demand. How many units are coming into your target segment over the next 2 to 3 years? If you are entering a segment with a heavy supply pipeline, price growth will be muted. If you are entering a supply-constrained segment, your asset appreciates faster. Entry at the cycle low, exit at the peak. Timing your condo entry in the cycle is what turns a good purchase into a great one. Our couple is entering in a market where prices are still growing, but the pace is moderating, which means they are buying into stability rather than a peak. That is a defensible entry. S. Supply pipeline in context. Specifically for the area and product type you are targeting, what is coming in the next 12 to 18 months. A dry period in your segment means less competition for buyers. More competition means a stronger negotiating position when eventually sell. As structuring your move. This is what today's entire episode has been. Agent fees, CPF sequencing, accrued interest, BSD, APSD timing, renovation budget. The structure of your transaction determines your actual position, not the headline numbers, the architecture.
7 pillars, every client, every episode. We are going to go deep on each one across this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, because this is where the real work happens. If there's one thing you want to take away today, the upgrade decision is not whether your $1 million number looks good. It's about whether your combined position after both transactions, the cash, the CPF, and the monthly obligation, the asset fits your household actual life. Know these numbers before you commit to anything. This is where the plan starts.
Everything we share on The Real Address is for general, educational, and informational purposes only. It is not intended as personalized, financial, legal, CPF, or tax advice. The numbers used today are illustrative. Your actual figures will depend on your specific loan, ownership duration, CPF withdrawal history and purchase price. ABSD rules and CPF policies are subject to change. Please consult us if you need to.
If today's breakdown was useful, hit the like button below. It helps more Singaporeans find this content before they make the decision without the full picture. Subscribe if you have not already, and hit the bell button so that you can get the next episode the moment it drops.
And if this was useful, our Telegram channel is where the deeper stuff goes, the spreadsheets, the early episodes where we also share our opinions, and of course to know everyone better.
And the link is below. That's the room where the real conversation happens.
And if you want to sit down with us and run your specific numbers, what your HDB proceed actually looks like, what your target condo entry costs, and what your combined position would be, the WhatsApp link is in the description. We genuinely love these conversations.
And we are Leon and Lynette.
And this is The Real Address.
And see you in the next one. Bye.